All right. Well, Facebook's being reading a little crazy. Wouldn't let me go live. You guys can hear me, yeah? Okay. So, welcome back to another great episode of Historically Haunted, everybody. This episode is brought to you by Yakees Baddie Creation, Yakkis, Yakees. That is run by Jacqueline Jackie Marco. I hope I said that right. I should have asked first. Well, she went to culinary school for baking and pastry. She's worked in the industry for over a decade. She's basically noticed there's a need for high quality baking mixes. That's why she started Yakees Baddie Creations in 2021. Her products feature all non-GMO ingredients. The mixes are free of all artificial colors, preservatives, flavors, and most mixes are vegan friendly, as well as she uses soy-free chocolate as well. Her mixes have preparation directions on both vegan and non-vegan users, and many as well as gluten-free options. All of Jackie's artisan mixes come in fun, reusable, eco-friendly mason jars, including spooky skulls like you see right there. That's actually a pancake mix inside that skull that you can get on her site. She also makes different kitchen accessories and other fun goodies. You can find all her mixes at the Shelton, Shelton gift boutique in the Common Barn Market in Connecticut. That's where she's based out of. You can also find all her stuff on Etsy at YAKKIIBATTYCREATIONS, Yankee Baddie Creations. Her Instagram and Facebook as well. You can find all that good stuff there. And also right now, we do have our author coming on. We have JENN AMATO, author. She's got a couple of books, the group Jaina and the group Stacy, or Ajana. I'll have to ask her how she pronounces that. And she's coming on now as well. So we're going to have her come on, as well as my co-host. My co-host, you guys might know her, ALEXIS ERIN of Candles by ALEXIS. She, there I am. There I be. Let me get my comments on. You guys hear me? I hope so. She's been on before. She was a guest, and she, unlike most of my guests, she actually comes on every week after, and she talks and comments. She sent me some good stuff, some incense and candles. I brought them on many times, and I went out and actually purchased them recently. I have an order coming to me. Probably the best incense I ever had. Hi, Christina Farner. Hey, Betsy. Can you guys hear me? You can hear me? All right, good deal. Facebook was saying I wasn't plugged in. So anyway, without further ado, Candles by ALEXIS, based in Maine. ALEXIS ERIN, my co-host of the week.
Hi.
Hi, ALEXIS. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I appreciate you. You're like, I had the thing for sharing. You be my co-host. You're one of the ones that shared it. You're always there supportive. You're always there doing your thing for being a mother of three, making your own candles and everything else in life, putting up with the Maine winter. So it's a pleasure for you to come on because you're dope. And I appreciate you, ALEXIS. I really do.
I appreciate you asking me to come back on. It means a lot to me.
Absolutely. You're the best. I think this is good because our next guest here, not only is she an author, but she does do Morgan's Holistics, and she does make her own goodies there too. She's got everything, all crazy natural stuff. She's very much into that stuff, being into the pagan religion and all that good stuff that she does, Wiccan and all that stuff. So let's bring on JENN AMATO, author. Enough rabbing. Let's just laugh.
Hey. Hi.
What's up, Jen? How are you?
Oh, fabulous.
I had your list too, but between the funeral today and my Facebook literally wasn't letting me go on. So I'm gonna let you talk about you. I've known you for a while now. I saw your Facebook picture one day too. You look like a Viking. I was like, oh my God, who's this chick?
Yeah.
So we've got
that was Halloween.
Oh, was it?
Halloween.
That's cool.
Yeah. I was tarot reading at my friend's shop. So I was very decked out for Halloween. Cool. Yeah, thank you.
That's cool. Well, thank you for joining us. I know you're a third shift, girl, and two hardworking females in this industry. You may not be both like boogity TV ghost hunters, but I'm more than that here. You know that. I'm about the independent candle makers, the card readers, the spiritualologist. But so and Jen, you and ALEXIS are friends now.
Yes, I'm very honored. Thank you very much, by the way, for having me as a Facebook friend. The cool thing is when you have females like us, you have that's just powerhouse energy right there.
Oh yeah.
And really honestly, ALEXIS, you're super young, and thankfully you already know exactly what you want and what you're doing. So I really commend you for busting your behind getting the dang thing done. So
yeah. Thank you.
There's a lot of two young, hardworking, independent mothers in the field. Just slang.
Yep. Yep. Shout out to all hardworking
yeah.
independent mothers.
Here's Alexis's mama. This is Cindy Ellis.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, everyone.
Aw.
Hello, beautiful
Hi,
lady. That's very
Mom.
nice. George DaCosta was one of the first person to donate to my book fund. George is a good dude. He loves his Annabelle, so he loves his girls too. So hi,
Oh,
George.
yes. Annabelle, that's a
Um,
good story.
Oh boy, you ain't kidding. Christina Farner checks in. Or Michelle Rack, hello. Sorry, my Wi-Fi is a little slow here. There we go. So yeah, I don't know. Let's get right off the bat. Alexis, I want you. Ask her a question. You know the drill. You know what's up.
What got you into writing books?
I was bullied. It really was a
Oh.
bully situation.
Oh, wow.
And I actually was working with a group. I work with the Word Peddler Society, which is run by DJ Cooper, who has Angry Eagle Publishing Company. She also has Written Undead. She also has a couple other, like the Asylum of Fear and stuff like that, which I have invited you guys to and stuff. Those all have like their own kind of podcasts. And what had happened was about a year ago, a buddy of mine got me to be friends with one of the hosts of Written Undead. That host messaged me and he's like, "Hey, we need a female. Do you think you would want to come on a podcast and do some stuff?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll wing it, no problem. I'll fly by the seat of my pants. We'll do this." I get on, and it's one of my favorite independent authors, James D. Dean, and
Oh, wow.
I'm sweating bullets. I'm crapping myself because honestly, I love this guy to death. Like his books are awesome. And he has
What a dream come true.
Oh my God, it was so surreal. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be interviewing him. Oh my God. I was fangirling hard.
Oh, I love
face
geeking out over people I like.
Oh yeah, my face was, I had a smile this big and I'm sitting there and just, it was like natural. And as soon as we got off the podcast, they were like, "Hey, you really should write a book. And we also want you to get on to come back on and be a regular co-host." So I was like, okay, well, let's start with the co-host thing. I'll do that. Sure. The book, I don't know. But I was bullied into writing a book, and I just came up with this. Couple of the guys came up with some. It was going to be actually supposed to be kind of more satire, where it was more along the lines of being a woman in the zombie apocalypse where they're not making feminine products anymore. That's how it was that's how it started. Okay, that's what I was supposed to do. However, it ended up turning into this, and I am now doing a 4-book series. This is Jana, the first one, and it's actually based off of a girl that I know in the UK whose name is Jana. And this book is, it's talks about a girl she left the UK and came to my hometown, Toledo, Ohio, put us on the map.
Oh, shout out to Ohio.
Yeah, shout out to Toledo, the armpit of America. Yeah. Congratulations, you made a book. but she comes to Toledo, Ohio for God only knows why, but she's sober. Okay, she was fighting she had been fighting alcoholism. She got herself sober. And in the book, she's working on her sobriety. She's maybe a year sober, and boom, the zombie apocalypse happens. And now she's got a finagle life, trying to be sober, wanting that drink, because I mean, let's face it, your world's just fallen apart, and now you're trying to battle everything. And trying to stop from being eaten, and trying to have your mind right in the right area, in the right place, so that you're not dying because your mind is off somewhere else, or you're not. So anyways, she does the dang thing, and she hooks up with 3 other people, and they become the group, which is now all of a sudden a series.
I was going to ask you why it says the group for each girl's name,
Yeah.
and then I'm like,
Yep.
the group. But that you just answered my question ahead of
The
time.
group, the group is the series, and each book is going to be named after the person's point of view.
Mhm.
So
That
this
makes
one's
sense.
Jana.
Wow.
My
Yeah,
next
that's-
one is
yeah, that's
my
neat.
next one is Stacy. She'll be out in April.
Ooh.
I'm on the last 3,000 words to my goal for that one. I'm like thrilled.
I think I saw
Oh.
you post about that. Yeah.
Yes. So and then I'll have Erin and Jason. And actually they progressively, Jana's not gory, Jana's not bloody. It's got a lot of cuss words in it because I have a foul mouth for real.
Let's hear a
but-
fuck. Come on, say fuck.
Oh,
Fuck.
Hey, fucking shit. Okay. I can do all that all day long. It's a noun, it's a verb, it's an adverb, it's anything. You tell me, I got
You're
it.
right,
I can
you're
do
an
it.
artist. There's no censorship in art. You're Alexis, right?
Okay,
I mean,
good.
Right? There's
I had to change some words up before I even started talking because I didn't want to cuss just in case. But if it's okay, then
Alexis has got a candle that says "My last fuck to burn."
I saw that one, and I definitely. Oh, look, it's on fire! I definitely need that one.
I have it right here.
Yes, I will be buying it. I will be buying it. They're going to be all over the place. But the group is just, it's going to progressively get worse. There's a lot of cussing in it. Stacy is progressively worse than Jana as far as gore and nasty. So by the time I get to Jason's book, his book is going to, kind of, I'm going to do the best that I can to rival Splatterpunk or, that real gross stuff. Because Jason and
own entity, they all get their own persona, which is real.
Yes, Jason, and almost everybody is based off of a real life person I know. The only one that's not is cool. Erin. Erin is going to be my creation alone. So I'm going to try that. We're going to see how that works.
It's not ERIN, is it?
No, it's AA. It's ARON.
ARON. Double A. I like that because it's almost like The Walking Dead. It's a series of books that you really you can read one without the other ones, but it's really better to read them all. That's smart. That's a good way to buy it. Yeah, that's neat.
And then I was actually there's a couple people who are real life people that I know, who are good guys in here that I am actually considering writing a little novella off of. So it'll be like kind of like what Stephanie Myers did with Twilight. She had all those 4 books and then did the short life of Bree Tanner or whatever her name was, that other little teenage from like, I think it was Eclipse, the little teenage vampire. But yeah, she did that. And that's kind of what I was looking at possibly doing with 2 of my characters, because 2 of them have joined the group and have become part of the group. And now I'm like, well, I'm not writing another 2 whole books. I'll do maybe a novella.
Jen, you have to, because I want all 4. This cat's a good dude. George.
You can find it on Amazon. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, George. You can find them on Amazon. My author name is JENN, Jen Amato.
Yeah.
It's the shortened version of Jennifer.
Not Amanda. It's
JENN. Not Amanda.
What an idiot. I was looking at them running it out, and I'm like, Amanda, right? I'm like, what an idiot. I always double check.
No worries.
They're all saying hi. Oh, look at that. We got Alexis's better half, Alex, checking in. He's a photographer. Great group of amazing people. Jean Tewksbury says hi. She runs the Cryptozoology Museum in Maine. She helps run it with Lauren. She chases like the big cats. There's like mountain lions and cougars in Maine, and she chases them. She's a good chick. Jean's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's the only place in the world. Cool. You come to Maine, we'll bring you. The owner, Lauren Coleman, he named the Dover Demon. He's been Sasquatch hunting, Loch Ness, which I want to sidetrack real quick. I know we're talking about the author thing, but I want to just go, do you believe in the otherworldly stuff? I know what you do with holistics, and I know obviously you're otherworldly like the Celtics, and we're going to get into that too. But where do you stand on
a weirdo? I absolutely believe in crypto.
Mermaids. I believe in
mermaids. I believe in cryptids. I believe in Bigfoot. I believe the Mothman. I'm sorry. It's too... it's too convenient that we've got all these mythical creatures. Where'd they come from? You can't tell me that somebody didn't see something and be like, oh, that's a little weird. I'm gonna write a huge book about it, and we're gonna call it, I don't know, Dog Man. I believe it's all possible. I believe it's all possible. It's 100% possible, because I'm sorry, you can't tell me. No matter what you believe in, whether it's the Jewish God or whether it's gods and goddesses of any different pantheon that you believe in, they all have their own mythology. They all have their own bad guys. They all have their own, but it all kind of ties in. It all kind of ties in. They all sound like it's something else. Like the Native Americans have the skinwalkers, and who were the bad witches who went on and did that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I believe there are friggin' skinwalkers walking around.
Oh, yeah.
It's just called something different depending on the region, in my opinion. Not
Jen,
that I'm any type of.
George ordered your book just now. It's coming in Sunday.
Yay! Thank you, thank you so much. And they're not really
connecting people. I love.
They're not that expensive. They're only $12.
I'll have to get one.
I'm hoping that everybody will enjoy.
Listen to this. I want to order one, and when you mail me that care package, just throw it in with that. But I'll PayPal you later or whatever. We'll talk about that. But I want at least one for now, and then when the other one comes out, and then
you want me to give you a little personal message in the front? I can just make it real good.
Yeah, I always like thank yous. I always like to use. Because I'm not going to get rid of it. I want to write to Adam, whatever the fuck your heart desires.
Yeah.
Real quick, because Heather, my girl, who loves both you girls.
I love Heather. Hi, Heather.
She thinks Alexis is the best, and she loves Jen. I mean, she was pumped. She's downstairs with her dog. She may jump on, but for now, she's got a question, Jen, and for Alexis too. What is y'all's favorite author and book series? I guess Jen, you kind of answered that for us, but is there another one you want to elaborate?
Independently, it would be James Dean. And he only has the one series out. But I think big name. I hate to say this because of the show that I'm on. I'm a huge Dean Koontz fan.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I see his books everywhere.
Yes.
COONS, yeah.
Huge Dean Koontz fan. He is
really. Uh-oh. She froze?
She froze, yeah. I don't know.
She'll be back. All right.
I'm not even gonna say my opinion on Stephen King, but Stephen King does have a few good books. Just put it that way.
Hold your tongue. Hold your tongue now. Honestly, I got to admit, some of the movies, even I'm like, what the fuck? But you know what? I was in the same high school, so I guess he's my man crush.
Let me just say, not his best work. I think either The Stand or what's the other one? The Shining. The Stand or The Shining, probably his best work. I'm not a huge fan of Langoliers. Not a huge fan of oh God, what's that one? I think Dreamcatchers is probably the bottom on my list.
I like the movie better than the book. But the movie.
Oh, I hated it.
But
hated
the
it.
Snow, and the thing comes through the snow and eats the guy when he's taking a piss right in his dick.
I hated it. I was just like, well, I mean, I guess that's a man fear. So it couldn't. Us women can't relate to that. It was very unrelatable.
I covered my stuff.
I bet everybody had little turtle heads poking out because everything went up north. But I'm telling you, I really honestly Yes, I did. I did warn you. I do not believe that it was one of his best work. And I'm thinking maybe you shouldn't. It's probably after he stopped drinking is when he wrote that. Probably should have kept drinking.
That's a lot of time when these rock stars come out and shit like that. Like Soundgarden's guy come out. I'm quitting. I'm like, oh my God, go back to drinking Soundgarden.
Please don't be. Please don't. Please continue your path of self-destruction for our entertainment.
That's why I smoke every episode. I don't give a fuck. I'll go out smoking.
I wish I could.
You do edibles. Alexis, what about you? You love King. What do you do?
Yeah.
Is that your thing for books, or is that do you have?
It would be Stephen King would be my favorite. I haven't read every single book, obviously. I'm working on it. But he would be like my favorite to, sit down and read.
Mm-hmm.
But, other odds and ends. I have to agree with her on Dean Koontz. I've read some of his books as
Dean
well,
Koon.
and he's
R.L.
like,
Stein back in the day. R.L. Stein. Everybody
Oh my
listened to
God,
Yeah,
you
him
cannot
too,
leave
yeah.
him out. Oh, I don't care how old you are. His books are fire.
Yeah.
You gotta respect, dude. I mean, fucking R.L. Stein. I mean, even some dude. If I can get a chance to get fucking Lovecraft or Edgar Allan Poe shit, some old school shit, I'll have that in my collection. Why not, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Sarah Orne Jewett. You guys know who she is? She's America's
Mm-mm.
first female author that didn't write romance novels, and she's lived and died in Maine. So I've been to
Oh,
her home. I've been to the room
really?
she died in.
God
She wrote,
bless her for the
Yeah.
road she paved for
Yeah,
us
right.
female
Oh, yeah.
writers.
Dude, she hung out with Mark Twain and shit. Like, yeah, right. Yeah, she was the first girl to write. She wrote Land of the Fur or something. It was about Maine because of fir trees,
Oh, that's
whatever.
cool.
But yeah, and then of course Harriet Beecher Stowe, Uncle Tom's Cabin. She lived in Maine too, and Connecticut. So fucking women have been doing it for years. You know what I mean? It's just like you said. Male pieces of shit have held them down. I get that. I'm one of them, not me, but my kind. So I think we're finally waking up to that, and it's love to see. Jen, you're a self-made independent author. You're self-made. What you do, Alexis, you're a mom juggling your kids, and God forbid everything else you've gone through in life with your brother, everything else, and you're still putting out fire, candles, and incense, and you're all are doing it because you don't want handouts. And good night. I tip my cap. Oh, I'm gonna tip my cap. Father Ken Torres checks in. Father and doctor, and geez, he's everything.
Oh,
He's
above that is my sister.
immunologist, and yeah, he's everything. Real quick, let's see. We got my
That's
computer's super slow here.
That is my sister Lisa. Hi, sis.
Hi, Lisa Saltwood. Question for Jen.
Yeah.
What's your inspiration for your book?
It was on my bucket list, to be honest. Writing a book has been on my bucket list since I was like 14. I really don't I don't have an inspiration. I like zombies. I wanted to write a book. Somebody told me I need to write a book. I got bullied into it. I said, okay, why not? So I just did it.
Dude.
It was just one. Yeah, I really didn't have, although I do have other.
Love is, but love.
What was that?
Is that my Wi-Fi that's doing that? This Wi-Fi here sucks.
Must have been because I didn't hear what you just said.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi here, I don't know what it is. It's better where I live for some reason, but here it cuts out. There we go. Something about The Walking Dead. I don't know if it's glamorous, but I mean, girls love zombies, vampires, kind of the horror type dude, right? I mean,
I went through a phase. I was all into vampires right before what's her name? Stephanie Myers came out with Twilight series, which I'm sorry, but I do love. I think she's a real good writer. I loved her host.
I haven't read it. The movies wasn't super impressed. I like the werewolf, but I haven't read it yet.
The movies were shit compared to the books, honestly.
Oh, every girl got a heart on for half those vampires. Oh my God, he's glowing diamonds.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't know what she was thinking there. Those are in the books, and that's kind of silly. But I mean, hindsight 2020. but I liked her book, The Host. I liked what she did with all that. But I just I don't know. I went through a phase, and the phase was a long time ago when I was into vampires and werewolves, and then especially with Underworld. Was it Underworld with Kate Beckinsale?
Oh, yes, that's a good one though, right? Underworld's good.
Yeah,
I like Underworld.
Oh yeah,
Underworld's
that was when I was in my liking phase, my werewolf phase, and I really adored werewolves. And then I got out of it, and I'm like, zombies are cool. I'm gonna write a book about it. I can't. Yeah, I tried to do the werewolf and vampire book, but to me, they seem like they need a certain vocabulary that I don't have. They're very proper, like Victorian English proper. That's just what I get out of lichens and vampires. But the
Anne Rice.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's probably why, and she's extremely wordy. Her books are this thick, she's extremely wordy when it comes to all this stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, zombies. They don't even say brains. I'm good. I can write that. Fuck. We gotta run. They're coming. Get your ass and haul it in here. Yes.
Yeah, zombies eat tacos. Not that's true, Ken. Yeah.
Zombie tacos. And I
You know
think the
what's
fact that they actually could actually happen is probably the most scary. Vampires, I'm sure there's real life vampires for real. You know, they do suck
Yep.
other people's blood, which I do not recommend because that's ick. And there's, people
venomous.
who wish that they were werewolves, but zombies, we see it in nature where there's fungus that takes
Yeah.
over animal bodies and makes them continue to walk even after their brain is like literally on a stalk above their head. It's disgusting and scary all at the same
Whoa.
time. I can't believe you've never seen that fungus.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm YouTubing that right after this fucking show.
Yes, zombie fungus. YouTube zombie fungus. You will not be disappointed.
You guys listening, hear that. All 12, 13, 15 of you watching, hear that zombie fungus. Check that. Oh, look at this. Oh, I love this. I love when you check in from Tokyo. Hello, Irene.
Nice.
Thank you so much, my dear, for checking in again. Good morning.
Hello.
Appreciate you checking in. We're reaching everybody. I reached New Zealand a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
Thank you so much to our sponsor. Have you guys seen Yaki's Betty Creation? She makes great mixes. Comes in skulls, and it's like pancake mix, and it looks like blood red pancakes. There's a strawberry. It comes in a glass.
Those are so cute.
Her name's
those are
Elvira.
so cute.
Yeah, so good people. You guys are all killer. Yes, Kenneth says Underworld. What we're talking about. You know what's funny? Real quick, the zombie thing. And you must know this, Jen, and even Alexis, you guys know this. That's real. That was based off black magic, Santeria voodoo. They would put curses on people that recently died that were their enemies to bring them back to do back in the day.
It was Haitian voodoo. Yes.
Yeah.
They do a spell, and it's actually I believe it might even be a drink too as well.
Yep.
Where they can actually it's very scary if you've ever seen it in real life. It's probably the worst kind of zombie you could ever be.
Yeah. Hey, Larry. Larry's checking in from I'm just getting in. You guys know Larry Essler.
Hi, Larry.
I know Alexis does.
Yeah.
There we go. I can't, my thing's not coming off. There we go. I know my computer's being a bit slow. I'm sorry, ladies and everybody. I was trying to get everything on there. Thanks for checking in, Larry. Expedition Entity Paranormal, by the way. I can't get the things to come on. I don't know what's going on here. But I could talk all day about that because I mean that to me is what ties us. And I want to talk about your Celtic traits. Was it Celtic or you were saying right? Because that's the pagan, that's where you everything between Christmas, holidays, Halloween, everything started from that. And then you got all these beasts, everything, Ireland, all this stuff, the Banshees, everything. America's a fucking baby, man. You go America, go 1600. I'm like, in fucking Europe's like, really? We got 1200. What's up?
Yeah,
we got witches, we got trolls, we got castles.
Yeah, we're nothing on the flip of the line. Yeah,
but that's your. I think it's all our bloodline, but you acknowledge that, right?
Yeah, I found out through ancestry DNA tests that yep, I'm pretty English, I'm pretty Scottish, I'm pretty Irish as well. I think again, like I was saying, I think the only thing that I am not is Welsh, and that's probably a very minute possibility. I might have like 2%. But yeah, I definitely came from the island. And then on top of that, then I have my Germanic roots and my Sicilian roots, a paisan.
Italiano. Real quick, Heather's grandmother passed, 94-year-old Italian grandma today. You want to talk about family and food.
So
you get about 130 Italians and they're eating meatballs. It's loud. It's gonna be laughing. And people are doing
it's so loud in there. I bet it was so loud in there. Because my family. There's maybe 7-8 of us adults, and we are super loud at family meeting gatherings, and my sister will tell you. Yes, you got to have enough room, or else you're gonna get hit in the head. Just hey, you came unprepared. You didn't bring your helmet. That's not my problem.
Hey, look at that. I knew that everything what you were saying just by looking at your hands. I'm not even looking at you. I'm looking at your hands. Alexis, you got Italy? Yeah, you're Italian, right?
A little bit. I'm mostly like Irish, German, English.
So you're over there too, then?
Yeah, I have a little bit of Native American in me.
I can see that. Yep.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
And that's what you bring to the table with your stuff too. Like you're self-taught when it comes to all the stuff you make, your candles and incense, kind of like what Jen does with with Morgan Holistics. Like you're making like, what do you make over there? You're like, is it lip balm? You got a bunch of different shit, right, Jen?
I make lip balms.
Yeah,
I make little lip balms. Thanks. I have a bunch of different scents and flavors. I just started toying with the flavored ones. That one was my cherry vanilla that I had just made last night.
Alexis likes that right here in New England. Let's get
chat. And then I also
She's
make
the main girl, so
I make salves. These are this one is called Itch Be Gone, and I make them with kind of smart alecky labels, but this is actually really good for anyone with eczema, bug bites, anything like that. It's made with marigold oil, so that stuff it's like calendula or something. I can't say the word, the name of the oil, but it's basically marigold oil. So use that, and it takes away. It actually will get rid of your eczema in a couple of days.
Oh wow!
So if you have eczema, if you have itch spots, that relieves it, and it.
I bet you even like poison ivy, poison sumac.
Yeah,
shit like that.
Yeah, you probably could. You probably could. Is for anything itchy, not anything itchy. I don't recommend putting this on nether regions of any kind.
You get crabs. You don't look there for your.
Do not. That is self-inflicted, and that you need a specialist for. But I also have a balm that's called Pain Balm. It's very simple. It's for pain. So you have joint issues, spread it on there. You have a headache, put it on your temples. I make it in. Really? I put it in this. Yes, I put it in this container, and I also get it in this container. So you just, if you have a headache, you can just put it on your temples here, and it helps.
No shit.
That's
no
cool.
shit.
It goes right through your pores, through your temples. Because your temples,
it absorbs.
Right, wow. No shit.
Yep. It has
you're a medicine woman. You're a witchcraft.
It has a ton of shit in it that is going to help with it. Wow. Not only does it help calm the person down, because when you're in pain, this is like your pain level and your blood pressure, everything. You're irritable. You're on 10. That has chamomile in it to help with that. It has lavender in it to help with that. It also has some muscle relaxing oils in it that will help calm your muscles down and actually relax your muscles a little bit. It also has stuff in there for, reducing inflation.
Someone asked if that's a tiger balm. Is that what it's like, a tiger balm? Does that make sense?
It's better than tiger balm, baby.
Oh, it's fucking I love it. I love the spunk.
Everything.
Let's kill her.
Everything in my stuff is all natural, and you can say it.
Just like Alexis, like Heather was saying, Alexis makes the best incense. It's true. I think all natural ingredients. Sometimes it's more expensive, but it really is for everything. Your soul, your body.
But it's worth it.
I think that's what we were talking about that, Jen, earlier off camera in the green room. We're saying how people don't you want to be self-sufficient, and I think even, God forbid, not even a zombie, but just I want to eat off my own land. I don't want to go to the grocery store.
Government alone will make you want to be self-sufficient. I don't want them nosing around in my shit. It's bad enough you're like triple taxing me. You're taking taxes out of my paycheck. You're taking taxes out of my sales. And you're taking taxes at the end of the year. I've got to pay taxes. I have to. This is just, you're taxing the hell out of everybody, and you're not doing shit for anybody. Y'all can go get fucked.
Right. And then
off the soapbox.
It's louder for those in the back, because guess what? Then you get an income tax return of $1,200. And you go, yeah, I'm rich. I'm like, that's half the money they fucking fucked you out of your ass. And you realize, here's $1,200, Johnny. Go put it back into the system and go buy your TV. Go buy your DVDs.
That is the money that you lent them interest free. You gave them money to use interest free, and now you're getting it back interest free. So they wouldn't do that for you.
You know what the favorite thing is to do is when I get money, I go yard sailing to thrift stores and I buy things, and then I go to flea markets. I make a table as Mr. Smith for $5 and I sell my shit, and I make $500 in a Heather, $500 in a day tax free in my fucking hand. Fuck you, Uncle Sam. and I'm gone
Yep.
because that's one of our last legal things to do. It sounds cheesy. You know how many cool things I found antiquing? I found the original 1820 copy, and this
I
is no
believe it.
shit. Washington Irving Sleepy Hollow, Legend of Sleepy Hollow, 1820 copy,
No
$350.
way.
It's worth $750. 1820 print, first
Wow.
edition, Legend of Sleepy Hollow. You know who that is? Washington Irving, Headless Horseman, Sleepy Hollow.
That's
Johnny
crazy.
Depp, I get it. Dude, I got that in my safe at home. I got it wrapped in like bubble tape in my fucking
Yeah.
room. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my pre.
Yes.
But that I digress. I'm just saying that's I think what we're missing is our old school roots. I think it's coming back. People
Yeah.
appreciate antiques, old school.
Mhm.
Heather asked where you can find your stuff, and that's you wanted to talk about that real quick. I'm all
I
over the place.
am working
Go on,
on
guys.
my website right now. My website is still in the process, but it will be morganholistics.com. I know that for a fact because I bought the domain. But
I invited a bunch of people to join it. I invited. I think
Yeah.
Alexis is in it. I think Heather.
I
invited
do
bunch
have
of
a
people.
Facebook page, Morgan Holistics. I have a Facebook page.
Down the rotating thing in the bottom, guys.
Yeah,
Should be in
I don't have I don't have the website up yet, but I do plan on having it up within the next week or two.
Alexis,
pictures.
how do I order your candles? Is that through Etsy? Right?
Yeah, I use Etsy. Yeah.
So maybe there's something like that, Jen. I don't know, whatever. I don't know if that's. I know that Alexis got like a big chart and it tells you what candles you want, her Fruit Loop candles and shit, incense.
That's
And you
cool.
can put it to the Etsy cart. I don't know if that would work for you with that.
I've considered Etsy, but I don't know. I think I tried Etsy with because I also make t-shirts,
tried.
which that's a whole nother business that I started.
Mystic Tea Designs.
Mystic Tea Designs. You can find any of this you can find on Facebook. But
I invite a lot of you guys to follow that page too. Yeah,
I started that because I own a pool business and I couldn't find anybody to call me back about shirts. Nobody
Pool
was
services.
Yes, nobody was calling me back about making my shirts. I had $1,000 to drop in shirts for just me and my husband for our business. Nobody was calling me back. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to go get a heat press and I'm going to get a Cricut and I'm going to do my own. And I did.
Dude, go getters.
That's the way to go,
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm not going to sit here and chase people anymore. You don't want to take my money? I'll go drop it in somebody else's pocket and I'll make the damn shirts myself. So I started Mystic Tea Designs.
I think I'm going to have to order some historically haunted shirts. Maybe Alexis will order some candles by Alexis.
Yeah.
I think, is that something you can make for me? People, I mean, I never thought of it, but people are like,
yeah.
why don't you make shirts? I go, well, why not? Maybe something plain.
Oh, yeah.
Historically haunted. Yeah, you could.
We could come up with the whole thing later. I subscribed to this really cool website where I could get some really interesting designs and stuff like that, and I can create it. And oh hell yeah,
dude, you work third shift. You're a mother, and you're doing this holistic thing, and you're doing a pool service thing, and doing a screen printing thing. Like, what do you do to relax? You actually read?
People relax. What is that?
Yeah.
Like, what's that?
Yeah. No, and don't get me wrong. Yes, I'm a mom of 3, but my kids are all grown.
Well, I know, third shift. I mean,
yeah,
you got your family. So you never stop being a fucking mom. You know that.
No, that's true. You don't. And I'm a nonno, which is Italian for grandma. If nobody knows, I'm a nonno.
Nonni, that's right. She's
yes.
Yeah.
And my little Nino, he's a little cutie. Phineas. I call him Phineas, but his name is Finn Patrick. He's adorable. He's gonna be 2 in August.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, his dad was a McGranahan. So yeah, she goes, Finn Patrick, and then they broke up. And she goes, yeah, I'm not going to give him his dad's last name. So now his name is Finn Patrick Amato.
Wow. You know what's funny? We have Amato's Italian restaurants here in Maine that are fucking.
I know. I've seen it on Facebook and stuff, and I want to go because I'm like, I want to be like, hey, look, there's my name. There's an Amato's. There's an Amato's Pizzeria, and honestly, that's my ex-husband's last name. I married an Italian.
Oh shit.
Yeah. My mom
married Italian, though. I mean,
my grandmother's name is Fortuna. My mom married a Polak, so I got the Polak last name.
Polish power. I love Polak. I had a buddy that was
Polish.
Look, Billy.
Their food sucks.
Hi, Lauren.
All they know how to do is drink beer, and that's it. Drink beer.
Oh, you do know.
That's all I know.
My buddy Bill, yeah, always fucking vodka, and his last name was Cognac, so he drank Cognac.
I did get the vodka drinking from my Polish side. That is for sure, because I only drink vodka. So I
It's
don't
gotta
even
be
do the
water. You
beer.
can't live without water, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
mean, you
you
know.
know, hey Nathaniel, checking in. Hey everybody, checking in. Lauren Perez says hi. Lauren Perez, her and Danny run Mascon Paranormal. They also
Oh
drive
yeah.
around in a big black hearse. And
Yes, I
Danny
saw
and
your
Bridgie boys.
post. You were showing them a 2017 hearse.
Oh, well, Heather's today. I went and I saw the white hearse. I went over and said, wow, nice car. I go, what year? The guy goes, I honestly don't know. And of course, funeral people, they're very, oh, you rang. So the other guy's like, what year's
Calm
this
down,
one?
Lurch. Don't get excited.
I know. And the other guy's like, oh, 2017, brand new tires, all fucking pumped. I'm like, oh, yeah. Can I take it for a spin or what? Let's really test these shocks out. She could be a heavy casket. I go, come over, take a selfie with it. They're all looking at me like, what the fuck, Satan do? I'm going, selfie. What's up with the pearl white casket? Coffin,
What in the demented hell is going on here?
Gotta love
Yay!
life. I think you guys know that.
Now hold on. You remember the person? Yes. That's the dude I fangirled over for my first date. That is
Dean.
Hi, James.
I love your. I was gonna say I love your sausage, but you're not the same James Dean. I get you.
No.
Well, but James Dean, man, seriously, all jokes aside, you come very highly spoken of from Jen.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on to my podcast, sir. I really appreciate that. It's really an honor.
You should get him on too and talk about his series. I love his series. His series is awesome. So I really look up James D. Dean on Amazon. Yeah. Amazing books. I love that. I am in love. I got to preview his third book. And actually, he's the one who bullied me and said, if I didn't get my first book out before he got his third out, he was going to kick my butt. And
Thank you, Mr. Dean. Way to inspire James, man.
He was my inspiration. You want to know my inspiration right there?
Sometimes we need that. I mean, like Alexis, I'm sure your inspiration is obviously your children, your brother, rest in peace. Mm-hmm. What's your biggest inspirations for what you do?
Just the drive to be there for my kids and just make a name for myself my own way. Just not under somebody else, just under me,
That's that boss bitch energy.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Jen, and I think Jen can attest to this. I think at the end of the day, it's kind of cool to hang your hat and go, and you don't have to go someone and go, thanks again for the plug, Billy, or thanks for the push, Tom. I mean, obviously, James helped you out. And of course, Alexis, your mom loves you and helps you out. And you got your friends and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's really like with this, Heather loves me and pushes me, but it's about you. This is me. I do this whole thing on my own.
Yeah.
Like, dude, not to brag, but like in 2 weeks on a Tuesday, I have Mike Myers from Halloween movie as my guest. I reached out to her and she's like,
I'm so excited.
It's the 1974 Playboy Playmate centerfold as well. Sandy Johnson. And so I'm like, oh my God, I'm like fam geeking out. So I'm gonna send her some shit to ever sign me. I'm gonna wear my Mike Myers mask and talk to her. So I think it's cool to see, and I'm not trying to brag, but I think it's cool to see where like where you are, Jen. Like 4 years ago, you thought I'm gonna be an author. I'm gonna do, you know what I mean? Alexis, you didn't think your candle stuff would take off, but I think you keep plugging away at it. You're modest, you do it, you're humble, and son of a bitch, motherfuckers open up their eyes and go, wow, I like these guys. It doesn't have to be about big who's you related to, or I've been on this show, and that cheesy shit's overplayed, I think. And I think the real people like us are down to earth. I think it's not so much like zombie apocalypse, but it's getting to that time where you kind of got to be self-sufficient. I'm not paying $80 for a thing of eggs. I'll buy fucking chicken. I'll raise them in my living room.
I'll build the coop out back. I don't care. And I don't give a damn if my neighbors get pissed off. Y'all can come for me. I dare you. You'll be coming at my house, knocking on my door, asking if you could have an egg in the apocalypse. So shut up.
Motherfucker, everybody in the 1600s had chickens and hogs and beans.
Yes.
Gardens. And I think Alexis right. That's what we're missing. I think if you can make your own tomatoes, I mean, obviously grocery stores are great for different stuff and trading.
Right.
Dude, I'd rather trade my baked bread for Jimmy fucking Smith's fucking eggs or whatever. Trading, right? I think
the bartering system like we used to have. I miss it. Yeah. Not that I was alive back then. I'm not that old.
You're an old soul, Alexis too. I know we've talked before, and I want to go around the room real quick. Alexis, we've talked before, but what's one of your bucket lists that you've for overseas? I know you've told me in a previous episode for new people tuning on. What's something you'd like to go to for overseas that you want to get to?
Most importantly, I think I want to go to Italy because I like the food and everything, and it's beautiful there. Um, there are other places, but like first and foremost, if I could choose to go there first, I would.
The culture. I
Yeah.
love like actually me and Joe were talking in the back room about how like Italians like
Yeah.
his grandmother's
We have
like
our own thing.
Her aunt died last month at 101. Like, how can you be sad? She's 101. Like, these Italian ladies live to be because they eat real food, real tomatoes, real spices. They're in the garden bent over. They don't sit there all day and just play fucking bullshit.
I mean, my Nona does now because she's 91, but for the most part, yeah, for the most part, she, she was that Depression era kid. They knew how to scrimp and save. She had literally one pair of church clothes, one pair of work clothes. That's it.
They're not like today's people that go, oh my God, I was in Starbucks for a half hour. My coffee was cold. Like, well, come on, first world problems. Like, fucking,
right.
These motherfuckers went all winter. Like, right. We didn't get enough wood for the wood stove. Day 3 with our fucking seeing our breath. Night, guys.
Right. Do we have enough food for the winter stored up? Yeah, stuff like that. That's a little bit more important.
Probably going to die of the common cold in a week.
And I love my hipster friends that all do the Starbucks. I do not. I'm not a coffee person. I literally am fueled by white hot rage and nicotine. So I don't get the Starbucks thing, but my girlfriend, my friend that I live with, she sat there and told me today, because we were talking about this today and the whole prepper thing. She's like, I'm glad I live with preppers and stuff like that. And I was like, well, that's
Jen, you're a commie.
Yeah, that's it. That is.
I haven't heard that since the 90s.
He's another one of my mentors who pushed me and bullied me to write. Jeff Thompson, another author. Very good. His books are amazing. He is on Amazon, Guardian of the Apocalypse series, and he's got all sorts of awesome books. He's, I think, 20 deep now.
Wow. 20 deep, man.
Yeah, he's got a lot. Former Coastie.
I watched that movie.
Yeah. No, not that porno.
So hey, I gotta ask you. Can I ask you a personal question? Honestly, as you guys know, I'm starting my first book, and I've literally thrown away 5 copies of my first fucking page. I haven't literally got a fucking chapter done yet. It's harder than I thought. I sit down and cry, and I'm not going to bullshit. I sit down on my trailer.
Welcome to being a writer.
Well, what the fuck do I do? Why do my pencil not want to write? I don't want to type it. I put it down, and I feel like an 8th grader trying to draw a Martian on an old Chevy car.
That's called imposter syndrome. That's called imposter syndrome.
Next thing you know, I got to lay
get
down
over it.
Like I ran a mile. Oh my fucking God, dude!
Buck up and get over it. It's imposter syndrome. Just get it down. Just get it out. Just get it down.
Once you hit the first chapter, are you golden? You think?
Oh no, this is a book long thing.
Well, no, but in your head, do you feel like, okay, cool, I got my first chapter?
Yeah, no. This is a whole book thing. You will be suffering imposter syndrome, especially for your first book, the whole way through. Any of these authors on here can tell you.
I'm trying to writing. I can hear my heartbeat. I can feel my sweat building up. I'm like, what is fucking?
Welcome to being a writer.
Oh my fuck.
Welcome to being a
writer. Drank himself to death. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's why a lot of them are alcoholics, or they've partaken in coke because they want to get the book done.
That's why King did so much, and Heather's reading Tabitha King now, and Heather's my biggest inspiration. Tells me, she goes, don't throw it away, keep it, and maybe use it.
Keep it, yes, definitely.
You're right, huh?
I agree with her. Fuck. Yeah, and like Jeff just said, first thing, do not give a rat's ass what anybody else thinks. Write the fucking story.
Oh, look at Jeff bullying me. Oh, I like you already.
Yeah, see? How do you like it?
I like to be dominated. I can't give away too many secrets. This is gonna be
Fetish
my book.
number 1.
Whips and chains and all those things. So
then you like his new series. You would like his new series, Epic Mayhem.
Oh,
Jeff Thompson's new series, Epic Mayhem.
I want to check it out. Write a story you want to read. Thank you, James. I'm honored that you're even talking, dude. That's kill, and just keep writing.
Yes.
Well, it's not about me. I want to talk about my guests, and I want to talk about my co-host. I'm trying to. The comments are being stuck. So let's talk about, because we get only like 10 minutes left. I'm gonna try to hide it until then. There we go. Facebook's being killer. Alexis, what about you? You ever thought about writing something like a memoir? You don't have to write fiction, nonfiction. You know, even if you just write about your own triumphs, right? I mean, you could write about anything, Alexis. You ever?
Self-publishing is awesome.
Yeah, I used to write a lot in high school, and even before that. As soon as I could write, I just took off with it, and I wrote some novels in high school, but they got lost before I could publish them. I worked so hard on them, but I lost them. So I have the ideas still, so I just have to sit down and be able to do it. But with 3 kids and whatever I have going on, it's not like at the top of my list right now. Anyway, I could.
I mean, even if you write just a little bit every day, that even if you only get down one sentence, that is. I think that's key. Just get in the habit of writing every day, even if it's just a paragraph, even if it's just a sentence, because eventually that book will be there.
Yeah.
God damn. Heather, my girl, Heather Witchin from Witchin Life Guide. Heather Witchin Caminiti. Oh, this is fun. Jen, you first. Favorite guilty splurge.
I don't know if I have just one.
I
love sweets. I love sweets. I love oh my God.
Don't order Alexis's candles. You might want to eat them, for Christ's sake.
I know. I don't even, I mean, my one guilty pleasure, I guess, would be, the sitting down, being able to have, if I had an extra 5 hours in the day, I could get everything done I wanted to get done. But if I had time to sit down, or if I'm writing, I love having something to munch on. So that, I think, would be my guilty splurge. Oh no, what I just bought and what is becoming a new addiction for me, jumping spiders. Yes.
You gotta explain.
I just bought a little spoon. It's a little jumping spider, and it's from Cute and Curious. Hold on, I have to look up there.
Wait a minute, a legit breathing heartbeat.
Yes, jumping spider. They're
adorable.
They're tiny, and they are the cute ones. They are the cute ones. And her name, I've already named her. She's a little orange spider. Her name's Pumpkin.
Heather had a big barn spider in her bedroom forever. She was watching us sleep. She loved it.
Probably Huntsman.
Probably orange. Huntsman. She's a cutie.
Yes, she's adorable. I got her from Cute and Curious Arachnids. This woman specializes in terrariums for, I didn't either. I saw them on Facebook for some reason, and I don't even remember how, but I just bought a little spider, and she's coming in her very own little terrarium. I asked her to make me a custom spooky one. This girl's so good. She had no idea I was an author, no idea that I wrote zombie books. She messaged me and goes, "I'm sorry, your terrarium's taking a little longer because I'm trying to get my brother to make me these authentic, one of a kind zombie figures for your terrarium." I said, "Girl, take all the time you need. I'm a zombie fiction author." I said, "I really appreciate this." I said, "And I doubt you even." She goes, "I had no idea."
Shut the front door.
Not even lying. This animal was birthed, came out of the egg sac or whatever, on November 8th, which is 2 days before my birthday of November 10th. I'm a Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Virgo rising.
Wow.
So this little arachnid, she's so adorable. I just looked at the picture. I was like, oh my God, I want her so badly. I paid for the terrarium. I'm just waiting for her to get here. I have her food all ready for her. That is my new guilty pleasure, is a jumping spider. Yes. Heather said she follows a jumping spider on TikTok. I think it's Ophelia is who it is on TikTok. And that's kind of what piqued my interest. But then I went to my other friend's house, and she's got a spider named Guava. And she's a cute little thing. They're smart as shit. That little motherfucker followed me around. Like, it's just sitting there, and it's just watching me. And it's like I'm talking to this spider, and it's paying attention to me. And I'm like, this is the coolest shit ever.
That's wild. A little brain, a little microscopic brain, and it functions. And
she's like, she's eyeballing me, dude. She's
well, they got like 8
eyeballing
eyes,
me.
actually, so they're actually
yeah,
eyeballing you.
they're all over. But she's making contact, and I'm just looking at her going, "Hey, baby."
I like the forbidden ones. I like the people like that girl that's gonna pet skunk, and there's people like I like the oddball ones. Like, oh, I gotta pet fox. Or
I want a raccoon so bad.
A raccoon would be cool,
or a possum. I love possums too. I love possums. They're so damn cute. I don't care. They are cute, and you know what? They do me a favor by eating bugs and ticks. I'm all about that.
Yes, I was going to say ticks too. And ticks can suck it because ticks will fuck you up.
Yes,
I know a guy got Lyme disease and died because of it.
Yes,
I can see Alexis. I can see Alexis with a bat on her shoulder or something.
A bat.
Yeah. Oh, I would love a bat. Yeah, I would love those oddball animals. I'm all about it. Although, yeah, I do have 3 German Shepherds in real life at home. You know, when
dogs are good to have. They're good protectors. German Shepherds, cops had them for a reason.
Yep,
they're obedient. They're good with kids.
They're actually they're switching to Belgian Malinois.
Really, universally? No shit. That's
rare. They call them alligators. They call them alligators because they eat everything for a freaking reason.
Alligators. Stephanie checks in for the Warren Legacy saying hello. She loves spiders.
Yes, thank you, Stephanie.
I have a possum that comes around for the cat food. We need him.
George.
They're like rats on steroids, but I think everything needs fucking love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love the fact that possums are, they're actually really clean, and so are raccoons. A lot of people talk shit about the trash pandas, but they're really clean. They will clean their food in water first. They wash their hands in water before they touch the food. So I'm sorry. Talk all the shit you want about my little trash pandas, but them little burglars are they're awesome. I love them.
I love that you guys are down to earth, and you like with you and even with Alexis, you guys use all natural ingredients with all your shit.
Yes,
you really. I think it's not even for the health wise, but I think it's just like obviously you both are very much witchy. Like I follow Alexis, I follow you. You're both very much grounded, right? I mean, you believe in that.
Well,
Alexis,
I mean,
right?
I wouldn't say completely grounded, but
what do you mean?
I'm trying.
Well, right, but I know we're none of us is fucking pure as we can't float on water. But we try to get away. I mean, like Alexis, where she lives, you live in fucking central Maine. You're grounded by the woods. Jen, where you are you around the woods? Or are you city?
I'm in the city for now, but we do have a lot of forest area, to be honest. We have a park close. We have tons of trees in the area when they're not getting knocked down by drunk drivers. We got them. We have backyards.
Oh, someone says you're insane. Is that what you walk out of the room? Lauren Perez from the Radicals just put a book out. They're the ones that roll around the hearse, make coffin woods out of Ouija boards, or Ouija woods out of coffin wood. Alexis, what's your favorite candle scent that you make? I know my favorite. My favorite so far is birthday cake, but that's all I got with the sprinkles on it. Heather's got the Fruit Loop ones. I tell you, man. Oh, Jen, you're gonna see these things. Alexis, what's your personal favorite?
It's a tough one. Like I like a lot of different things. I discover new things too that become amazing, but I like the best. I like pumpkin apple. I'm big on like pumpkin apple fall scent, cinnamon bun.
That's you sent me. Yeah,
that's good stuff. Yeah, that is good stuff.
That's my personal favorite. But like as seasons change, I switch up the fragrances in my own house, just because change is good. And in the summer, I like. Yeah, I'm not huge on florals personally. I'll make plenty of them, but like if I had to pick a floral, it'd probably be lilac. That's the most pleasant to me. Yeah. Or lavender.
The earthier one. More grounding, I think.
Yeah. I just make so much stuff. It's just so hard to choose.
They're like very calming.
You really choose one, and I think even Jen can agree with this. I think scents, as far as not change scents like smelling weed, here I go with weed, but I think scents is what really, I think that's as far as the ghost hunter point of view, or just even the regular person, as soon as I smell a certain type of cologne or perfume, I should say, I think of my mom. Or if I smell like cornbread, I think of my grandmother. Just certain scents, I think, even just floral scents. When I smell lilac, I think of my other grandmother because she always had fucking lilacs,
Yes.
So I think scents tie in with the afterlife, with
They
this
do.
life. And I think that's, you guys
They're
agree to that?
they're very involved in all
Yeah.
sorts of aspects of your daily.
Some
Yeah.
make
know,
me sick to the
so-
stomach. You know, I can smell, if I smell
Yes.
cigarettes, I think of the 80s at McDonald's where they had smoking or not smoking, like the silver ashtrays, and the whole place smells like butts, and I can't
Well, yeah,
stand cigarettes.
when you're
Ugh.
traumatized, even a smell can
Mhm.
can get a reaction out of you. You know, what it
You
can
agree
be
to
a
that, Alexis?
cologne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be a cologne scent. It can be a
Yeah.
food smell. It could be you know, it was something, a scent that was happening when you had a really bad experience, or in it, you driving around in an area. You know, you're gonna remember that, and you're gonna be like, oh, your body is gonna remember that. It's like it's gonna be ingrained in your skin. It's
In
so
your
weird.
soul, your mind,
In your
you think?
soul, yeah.
I think Alexis, you think so? I think it's something like that. Like, Christ, if I hear a fucking song, dude, I think of my cousin that died, or I think of my mom, or I think of me meeting someone. Like that time I met Alexa Bliss, the wrestler, and I hear a song, I go, oh, that's the time I went to Massachusetts and waited in line for 4 hours to meet this chick. But I mean, I think that's what links to.
Yeah, well, when I first started getting into making candles and the entire thing, you know, I've talked about mental illness and stuff in the past and everything I've gone through since I started my business as well. I can say personally, and I can say as a fact that, you know, fragrances and smelling, it's one of our senses. So of course it affects our mood, the chemicals in our brain, aromatherapy, it's a whole thing.
Yes.
So, you know, certain fragrances and stuff definitely, and in spiritual practice as well. If anybody believes in manifestation and that kind of stuff, like I do, all the
Thank
witchy
you.
stuff,
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
aromatherapy ties in
Yes.
big time. So,
Bad night with tequila, Lauren.
Yeah, because it falls in. No, but I think you're right, and I think we could all touch on that. I think when it comes to thing from just even just you doing your lip balm to the incense you get in your candles and everything else, I think it's all linked, and that's something us as humans, whether you're a candle maker, an author, a historian, a witch, or just someone watching. I think it's what ties us all to this. Which I want to touch on this, and I still keep dancing around the fucking subject because it's an hour right now. Do you guys mind over? I just upgraded to
Hey, I'm good.
I got my
yeah,
sponsors.
yeah.
Oh, it's your
I'm good.
ex-husband. Tequila reminds me of ex-husband. Do you see? Like to me,
see,
Mhm.
traumatic.
when I smell, when I smell Brut, remember Brut, BRUT cologne,
Yes,
Brut cologne.
yes, I do.
This-
And my dad. I think of my dad.
Is that a good or bad thing?
It is a bad thing.
Thank you. This fucking jock fuck, Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'll name drop Jason Watts from Lisbon. He took my towel in high school and he fucking wiped his dink with it after we went to gym class. He took it out of my hands and he threw it in my face after because I was a little kid in high school. I'll never forget. He smelled like Brut cologne and it fucking makes me sick. He sent me a friend request a couple years ago and I blocked him, but I can't stand that shit. I'll never, in Lisbon High School, same high school Stephen King went to. I'll never forget that jock prick for doing that. And anyway,
there's always one in every bunch.
I got to bury that in the backyard. And only when I think of Brut, I get mad. I usually don't think about it, but I'll never forget that guy. And that really stuck with me. And I thought, fuck you. And I think scents can be good because they can warn you, I think, to an extent, but I think you can't let it control you, just like the stars. You guys believe in that? Astrology?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I told you, I'm a Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Virgo rising. I 100% believe in astrology.
Holy fucking!
I am the queen of the occultism right here.
Freddie Mercury retrograde, for Christ's sake. Freddie Mercury retrograde.
But I think a lot of behavior traits are, you know, I think it's a lot of people forget it's not just nature versus nurture. It's nature versus nurture versus your star chart.
So where do you stand, like Alexis, both of you, where do you stand on moon water or like getting charged by the full moon? Like Heather recharges her water by the full moon. You guys, Alexis, you guys believe in that? Yeah.
I charge my crystals.
And that too. Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
I don't do it as much as I should because I have a stick of selenite that is literally this big. That
is the white stuff? It's like clear or white?
Okay. It's whitish, clearish. Yep. But yeah, it cleanses your crystals that it's
believe in all that shit. You both believe in all that stuff.
I have an altar right over there. It's look at this. I mean, yeah,
all behind
You
me.
have this house, yeah. Alexis, too. Alexis, Alex been on the show, and I think that's what drives you. You know what I mean? That's fucking fun. So let's do some fun shit. We'll go around the room. Like I said, we've had Alexis on. We got people watching. It's fun to go again. Name drop a couple when you have time. Movies, documentaries, movies. Give me 3, 4, 5 of your fancies. Comedies, horror, documentaries, pornos. Just kidding. Give me some good stuff.
Well, I've talked about it before. The last podcast I was on.
The original, right? You like the original?
No, I don't like. I'm sorry, I don't like the original as much.
No, you didn't. That's right. You couldn't. You didn't. You like
the remakes were good.
Skarsgård's the man. Skarsgård's great in Castle Rock.
Yep,
He's the fucking man. So yeah.
He. Oh my God, he played that part so well, and so so many of his facial expressions and stuff, they weren't CGI, and people were so freaked out when they found out about that, and even like the cast members,
his eyes
they were freaked. They were genuinely scared of him because he had a nice face.
His face is creepy.
Yeah.
When you see him in Castle Rock when he's in the prison cell, you look and you're like, that's fucking Pennywise. We're no longer strangers, Georgie. Wow. What a fucking nut. Great acting.
Yeah.
Even King was scared. Yeah, I agree. It is bone chilling. As you just saw my standpipe picture, I went to the standpipe.
Yeah, oh my God. I find out new things from you.
1.3 million gallons of water for Bangor, Maine. It holds Derry, Maine. 1.3 million gallons of water. If that thing burst and I was right there, I'd be in the fucking Atlantic Ocean. That'd blow me away. But yeah, they do tours twice a year. It's 3 stories tall. And that's where Stephen King would sit in the park next door, and he'd right next to it in the seat, and he'd write. And being in Bangor, Maine, and door dashing, dude, I go by. You know me, I go live all the time. I just ran into Tabitha the other day. I ran into Joe Hill. I think it was Joe Hill doing Nosferatu. I go, "Are you Stephen King? I really like him." And I said, what an idiot. I recorded it. I didn't load it up to Facebook or nothing, but I showed Heather. I was stuttering. I almost fell in the snowbank. That was pretty dope. So what else? Give me a couple more.
I've followed The Walking Dead for a long time. It's like one of the original.
Zombie shout out.
And it's actually still my ringtone since high school, which has been many years. I never changed my ringtone because I just
let me tell you about many years, honey.
I love her. Oh, this is awesome. That's cool, though. I think that's what I like the first 3 seasons, and I think that's what that's what Jenn's books are about, right? Like with the zombie thing. Let's not change the subject real quick. But that, I think, touches base on the real, not so much the people in it, I think, which it does. It is the people in it, but still focuses on this fucking zombie plague, right? I mean,
we're trying. In the book, they're trying to figure out, and I'm not giving any information away, but in my book, they're trying to figure out, they think it's military caused and that they're a test site.
Walking Dead.
That's what they think. But again, you're gonna have to read the book and wait till Jason to find out.
I love it. We're gonna go over. We're gonna go to 8:30. We'll give you guys about another 20 minutes because I want to talk. Alexis, give me a couple more movies. We're gonna keep talking.
Well, I like Stranger Things.
Good
still
show.
Haven't watched it. Don't hit me. I still haven't.
You said that last podcast too. You gotta at least try to watch that because it's pretty good.
It just
it was pretty
fucking Harry Potterish, but is it really? Yeah,
it's not.
No,
it's not.
No. Not.
I implore you to watch it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Aliens and shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it.
It's very super. It's very supernatural.
It is supernatural. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got like a kind of like an aspect of realism too, in a sense where the government's just fucking around and they're just hiding everything and just. Yeah, you just got to watch it.
But it's like a walk down nostalgia lane because everything's from like 1984.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
really?
Fucking
it's really
amazing.
Cool. All the music. Yeah.
They have tape. They have tape players, VCRs, and video stores.
Oh, stop. Oh, that was just a fad. I thought the shirts were just like a bullshit fad.
No.
Oh, they all. Oh, really? Oh, so I can identify with that.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
How many seasons they got? 8? Alex, what are they on? 8 season 10?
They just did season 4.
Yeah, they're not that far.
I'm not far
Yeah,
behind
and they're
you.
only like 8 episodes, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it varies per season.
Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
I had to get Netflix. I don't do a lot of where I am because I'm not that much. I tell you, my Wi-Fi sucks. I'm about 20 minutes from, 40 minutes from the Appalachian Trail, which is killer. Mount Katahdin, where the Wendigo is and shit, and I'm 40 minutes from Bangor. But right where I am, dude, is ain't nothing. All the moose run the cable, and they're never running the fucking mill. I tell you. So that's cool. So you love the modern shit. Give me some old shit though, Alexis. What'd you grow up on? What's the shit you got like in the early 2000s or so?
Well, I grew up on like E.T. and
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally, someone says fucking E.T.
Yeah, that was actually one of the first movies I was able to sit in the movie theaters and watch as like a kid. That was the first one that I ever did watch a movie.
Barrymore was in that, right? Drew? Yeah. Barrymore? No. Who was Drew Barrymore, right?
Yeah, she was.
She was little. She was little.
Yeah. Was that the Firestarter with King, right? Or no?
Yep. She was in Firestarter as well. The original Firestarter.
And Cat's Eyes.
All they do is remake all these movies anymore.
Dumb.
I'm not going to lie. I don't really watch movies. And as you see from Jeff Thompson's comment, it says you need to watch more than 5 minutes for them to count, Jen, because usually I cannot watch a movie past the credits because they suck. If you're making me fall asleep,
Jen, you seem like you seem like, go ahead. You seem like a documentary trick. You want the real shit.
I am a documentary person. I watch a lot of space documentary. I watch a lot of alien documentaries. Yeah. I like the alien documentaries. I watch the space documentaries just to see if they've seen anything, if somebody reports something different on anything out there. I watch a lot of that stuff on YouTube. But my absolute favorite TV show is Supernatural.
Oh fuck, that's Heather's fave. She get the crush on the guy.
They're hot. They're hot. That's really nice to be able to look at something pretty. But my whole thing is Kripke, the main guy for the show, came from here. He's an Ohio boy. He's a Toledo, Ohio boy. His family has businesses here 5 minutes from my house, He is an Ohio boy. He's a local boy. And not to mention, most of what he has, this dude did his homework. Most of everything that he has in there is actually legit shit, with the exception of the sigils, obviously, but legit. Talking about certain rituals that you have to do, certain this, certain that. And I like how they don't get too specific on all the things, because the last thing you want is some fanboy or fangirl to sit there and try this stuff out and try and, recite these incantations and stuff like that. They don't give you the whole incantation, and they don't give you all the ingredients list, which I really love. They'll fill it up with some, Gryffindor or Griffin wing feather, the Archangel Grace, they're put in all this other stuff, unicorn horn ground up, they'll put all this stuff that's like bullshit instead of the actual real ingredients for the spell, what they're doing. They appreciate that, but it's because trust me, all these basic Beckys out here who don't really understand what they're doing, and the baby witches that are wearing their Ugg boots and their fucking lifeguard vest while they're walking around in October in their leggings with their Starbucks in their hand. None of them girls know what they're doing, and they're going to try some shit, and they're going to get in some shit, and they're not going to know how to get rid of that shit. So, then they call people like me who are like, hey, I need you to get rid of this shit in my house. And I'm like, no, you put it there. Why would I do that? Get rid of it. So yeah, it's just, I watch a lot of that. I love Supernatural, and that's why I love it, because he's on some real shit.
I love that you're willing to help people, but you're not willing to go over and fucking bake their bread if they burnt it, so to speak. You're not going over there like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not picking up people's fucking, oh, you spilt it? Well, get the fucking mop out. That's not my problem.
Yeah.
I get it. If you need help,
it's annoying.
but if you go there making, That's just the way.
But then you got to do the re-education where you're like, do you see why we don't play with the Ouija board now? Or at least understand how to close it out when you play with it, please? That'd be great.
Know your limits. That actually brings me to my next point. I mean, like I said, we're gonna go. We got 15 more minutes. If you ladies don't mind, if you're gonna go, I totally understand. I'm a talker good. And I get so much shit. Where do you both stand on? And I know the answer with Alexis, but I want to include her just for, like I said, new people and everything. Sage, burning things, rituals, obviously incense. But I mean, like maybe like Palo Santo, which I love the Palo Santo incense, Alexis. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Talk about undemonologing my whole trailer. I'm like putting that in. I'm like, yes. Because Palo Santo, you burn it, and the next thing you know, the fucking thing goes out. So it's, but with this incense, man, I got to reorder some of that shit. That burns for fucking ever. Put it right in my cactus plant. My whole trailer smells like it. I wake up the next day and there's no demons anywhere. Where do you guys stand on this stuff? Palo Santo, sage, the real stuff, lavender. Do you believe in what it does, or you just think it smells good, or both? You know, what do you, you know what I mean?
Well, I have to say both. I mean, I make incense, so as well as other things, you know, candles.
But that's your inspiration, though, right? I mean, that's
yeah, and I do burn sage and Palo Santo wood, and you know all that. I do that.
That's where you get it from. You just make it in different ways, but it's really the same type of ingredients. But you believe in what it is, Alexis. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like you said, you guys we're not all, even me, I'm not really a paranormal investigator. I don't sit there with a spirit box. I explore, I do my thing, and I'm open to everything. But at the same time, life is a ghost hunt, so to speak. We're all going to get there. I think it's like with the documentaries, like Jen said, well, people are watching cooking shows and that's all great, you know, reality shows, duck hunters and whatever the fuck, duck whistlers, but I'm watching shit. I want to know what's up. I want to know where we go. I want to know what I can do to protect myself. There are spirit realms that we don't know, and I think it's good to be educated. So Jen, what about you? Do you believe in that shit? Obviously you do. Sage, white sage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I believe in all of it. I regularly burn sage, yerba santa, Palo Santo. I regularly do that. Just depends on the feeling of the room at the moment. White sage is kind of bottom tier, where it's, you know, like the lowest. It's kind of diluted form of cleansing, and then the yerba santa, then the Palo Santo. You know, you've got your levels, in my opinion. Not saying that this wins. You know, this is end all be all, but you know, you have your specific things, you have your specific herbs that will help remove or draw specific things, whether it's money, whether it's a new job, whether it's banishing something from your sight, whether it's banishing a person from your life. You know, you've got all these different aspects, and I firmly believe that all of that is absolutely a part of life. I just think it's a lost art, and you and Jeff would really get along.
I was gonna say, Jeff, this episode is brought to you by Ganja Candy Blend. It is 1.2 gram pre-roll indica animal cake. It's a fatty. That's a fatty. Check that out. That helps me grounded. I tell you what, people go, well, geez, you smoke pot. Doesn't have to get memory. And I'm like, give me a fucking town. Which actually brings me to the next thing. We got about, before we plug some shit, this is my kind of new segment. I want you guys to ask me a question. You guys, separately, you guys, ladies, have any questions for me? Anything?
What is your scariest? Now, I know you like to go around to Stephen King stuff and all that. What is your scariest encounter? What is your most frightful encounter that you've ever had?
With Stephen King's type of stuff, or in general, or one of
in general?
Who?
If you had a number one. Number one made me shit my pants running out the door.
Yeah. I got two, and let me explain them, and I'll try to be really quick. One is with Heather at R.L. Jurgensen's, Jourgens, I believe. It's at a 1725 cabin in Jurgensen's Antiques. It's in Wells, Maine. It's like 17-something cabin. There's a dam out back. So I go in with her to this antique store, right? Okay, check it out. Check this, fucking peep this shit out. And this is like fucking 4 years ago, before COVID. And I go in, this old elderly lady's there, the chick from Ghostbusters, right? The librarian. And I walk in with Heather, and we walk in, and she's like, I'm like, hi there. And he wasn't really doing this show or nothing yet. Still kind of a loser. And I walk in with her, and I'm looking at this thing's like fucking $3,000, fucking $2,000, a lantern for like $800. I go, what the fuck? I go, don't bump into anything. Like, I'm just like, oh. Yeah. So we're walking through, and I'm like, I'm into this back room, and we kept on going on. It's a little red house, and I can see she's in the front, and I see cameras. I'm like, I'm surprised she's not really like. And then I swear to Lord above, it's funny you mentioned werewolves. You can ask Heather. These two giant dogs, I don't know what they were. They looked like they were like black labs, but just huge. And they just came out of there. Probably, I've never seen anything like it. Didn't do nothing, just looked at us. Fucking fur. I'll never forget it. Big gray and big black dog. And they corralled us out of the back room to the front. Never been so fucking scared. I got goosebumps. These dogs were huge. I'd never seen anything like it. Didn't growl, didn't nothing. Just fucking looked at us as slowly walking, and me and Heather were like, okay, honey, let's go. I'm like, and then I go over there, and I go, and so the girl's talking to another girl that came in. I go, have a good day. She didn't say bye, nothing. They kept on talking like we didn't exist. I left the door, and I look. I turn back in. I look. They're all gone. There's no one there. I said, let's get the fuck out of here.
That is creepy when they disappear like that.
I go by now. I see an open sign. I went by once with a buddy. There's an old well. There's a tree. See, I'll show you the picture. It's a red building. The tree grows up on the side of the building. It sprouts out. And it covers the whole building. Fucking wow. I said, between that.
That is insane.
Dude, these werewolves walked me out, and I turn around and I look in the window, and they're all gone. I said, there's a fucking girl and a lady right there. They just take off, and I look. Maybe they did. I don't know. And then my second one with Heather, there's a place called Gambo Powder Mills. They were the second biggest industrial maker during the Revolutionary War for bullets behind Chicago. And it's in Windham, Maine. And it's an old powder milk factory where 19 men died during explosions. And they have a big grist mill there, like a big circle pit where they have the big thing, and it chopped up all the fucking bullets out of the granite that made bullets, and it's still there. It's fucking fascinating. It's all free to walk through. You go through there, just smoke a joint. There's about a mile of it. They got placards everywhere. 19 men died. They're buried in Lovett Cemetery down the road because smoking affects the memory, right? Right. But anyway, so we went there with Heather once, and this is no shit. My mom, God rest my mom in soul, she died 3 months after Lorraine Warren. In 2019, we went in 2018. I went to go take a piss real quick. I went down the road in Windham, Maine at Gamble Powder Mill Road. I said, let's go. We looked up, and it's funny you mentioned skinwalkers earlier, Jen. These two men, it's like 10 o'clock at night. You can ask Heather. And I pull over to go roll a joint, go piss real quick. And I look up, and this one guy sitting there. They both got no shirts, almost like shorts. One guy stands up, and they both look at me. And Heather goes, what the fuck? And the lights are on, and they both start walking towards me. If you got lights on you and it's pitch dark at 10 o'clock at night, you're not walking towards the light. I could be a cop. And they had no shirt, and he rose up from this walking bridge thing. And I'll never forget, I couldn't see their hair. They were both bald. I couldn't see their eyes, and I just went in reverse, and I left. I'm a big dude. I'll fucking take anybody on. But these motherfuckers, I don't know if they were skinwalkers.
Some things that just hurt your soul, where you're just like, I gotta leave.
That's gonna bring me my question. Do you believe in your intuition? Do you believe in your instinct, gut instinct?
100%. 100%. Even if you don't believe in, if you don't believe in paganism or anything like that, all moms have that sixth sense. We just know.
Alexis, you agree to that?
Yeah.
Something's wrong. You're like, oh, my kid's coughing in the room, 8 rooms around. You can't even hear it, but you know your kid's off.
We will beat. Yeah. We will beat the doctor at a diagnosis because we're taking our kids into the doctor 3 days before they actually have any problems. My kid's not acting right. And I know something's wrong. And the doctors are like, well, nothing's wrong. I'll be back in a couple of days. Sure as shit, you're back in a couple of days. I told you something was wrong.
Yeah.
Because they don't listen the first time. So, but yeah, I wholeheartedly believe in that intuition. And it's taken me an extremely long time to finally start following my gut. And since I started following my gut, I have not been led wrong once.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to look at.
I think Alexis, for someone who's so young, has been there, and I think she's ahead of her curve because she kind of knows that already. She's still learning. I mean, unless this isn't a fucking. But I think that, I mean, you can agree. That's good. I think that's good because a lot of shit I wish I fucking knew at your age.
Girl, you are so ahead of the curve. I applaud you.
Oh, look at that. Oh, Doug Sleevers from Haunted Soul Paranormal. Well, thank you. And a beautiful host. I mean, I trimmed my beard for this. I had a few. Yeah, I smell like cologne still. Not brewed either, so fuck off. There's Nick Cates, Agent Cates. What's up? Sending my love from Paranormal 207. Him and his beautiful fiance, Kimberly Ann, invited me and Heather over to their place, and we had a nice supper. They gave me a Stephen King book and cooked me some nice food with Heather. Really, we watched the movie. Got to watch not The Howling, but is it The Howling Stephen King movie? Silver Bullet werewolf movie. Kind of cheese, 80s movie. I like cheese though.
From the 80s.
I like a good documentary. I like to look Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Things about black-eyed kids and all that shit. So we got about 5 minutes left. This fucking has flown by. I got to have you back on. Of course, Alexis, I got to have her back on one-on-one sometime. Let's plug some shit. Alexis, with you, where can people find your good stuff?
Etsy. I just actually put a bunch of new stuff up today for spring and stuff. Etsy is the main one, but you could also just message me and see what I got. And because I have lots of odds and ends I can do that's not on Etsy because I can't possibly just put all of it on there. So
when you make homemade stuff, you can't.
Yeah.
Especially if it's on the daily. One day you'll be like, oh shit, it's on Candles by Alexis. It's easy. Right on Facebook, right on Instagram. Candles by ALEXIS. Really simple pimple. If you can't spell it, you probably shouldn't order candles anyway. You probably can't even light one without burning the house down. So Candles by Alexis is pretty easy. You'll be an idiot. And she's got a boyfriend, she's got kids. Don't be fucking respectful, guys.
Don't be a creep dick weirdo. Don't be a creep dick weirdo.
Every time I get a girl on, the next week they go, how come I get friend requests from all these 8 guys for? I go, that's fine. I got a guy on. They don't get any friend requests. It's so funny. I get it. Be cool, guys. They all have families and lives. They don't need you going, hey, you're pretty. I get you. Be fucking decent. They got things.
We know we're pretty. No, I'm just kidding.
For Christ's sake. I mean, I trimmed this beard. Send me a friend request. So Candles by Alexis. You're all over the spectrum. Like I said, Etsy. Message your group page. Doug's been following the page. I'm not giving you shit. It's not you, Doug. It's other people. Doug's been really cool. Doug's fucking decent. It's other people I've heard about from like Allie Bennett and shit, just whatever. But anyway, Jen AMATO author. That is her Facebook page, as well as Mystic Tea Designs, Morgan's Holistic.
Morgan Holistic is a whole Piranha Pool Service.
Yeah, I love it. I love that you're gonna fucking let's kill it. But go ahead, plug your shit. Go ahead.
My husband came up with that name completely, but
husband guys.
Yeah. Yes. Very dear husband. Love him very much. He's a very lucky guy and he knows it. But
oh, guys, no, I know you're not creeping, Doug. I know you're good shit.
Oh yeah, no, we were kidding a lot of it. So
Doug, you're cool. It's like some people that don't even comment. They're like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "I didn't even know they watch my show." Now they sent you a friend request. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, I digress.
Anyways, you can. I have pages for. I have actual whole nother Facebook for Morgan Holistics, and Morgan Holistics actually got its name from the goddess Morgan in the Celtic tradition. So with me being from over there, I follow that, and that's the pantheon that I chose. So I'm very Norse, very Viking, very Celtic. Follow a lot of different aspects of that tradition. I'm shocked that I didn't really follow the Strega, which is the Italian side, but I really was pulled to there. But I love making my stuff. I only have a couple of things. I made restless leg syndrome salve that you can use to calm your legs at night, because a lot of people have that restless leg syndrome thing.
My car accident, my left leg. Sometimes I get up from Heather, I got to put a pillow between my leg, and I sit in the chair and smoke weed. And
I will be sending you some of that. So keep a lookout.
You both send me care packages at this point. I love my guests that give a shit.
But yeah, I do a lot of different things with Morgan Holistics. I do. Also, I do a couple other podcasts too on the Written Undead. Actually, Jeff, I do a podcast with Jeff on the Padded Room, which he just messaged me and told me, Adam, that he wants you on.
I was just saying, you better get me on there, motherfucker. I could talk another hour with you girls.
Yes,
you know that.
we're a 2-hour podcast. We're a 2-hour podcast and it derails all the time. You'll have to look us up. But
all right, well, I can go a little longer. I honestly have a little bit of unlimited time, but I just want to say real quick, I did go to the shooting site of the #1 zombie film in American literature history. It's in the book in the Library of Congress, Night of the Living Dead. I went to Evans City, Pennsylvania. They're coming to get you, Barbara. There's one now. I went there, giving you the sequel, the head with the fucking brother. I love it. The crazies. I am a zombie. I pray that someone will hire me to kill me in a movie. Someone fucking kill me.
Hey,
I died in real life for 38 seconds. I want to die in a movie. Pay me. I'll take $1.
We can get your name in a book to die that Jeff is currently writing right now.
I will sign my fucking name and I will put your thank you in my book. I'm doing a PayPal thing. If you guys want to donate $10 right now for my GoFundMe, I will get your name in my first book and credentials. I've raised up a lot of good money, a lot of people. Not that I want fame, but like I said, being 43, dying, I don't really have any blood children. I'm trying to do this thing called life. I want to leave some more for to Mark. No one seems to give a fuck about my travels, so I want someone to go. I want to go there because Adam, fucking the historian Ghost Hunter, went there.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to leave my mark where I can. I want to write a book so people can go, wow, this guy's a fucking cool dude. So I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in. So Jen, where can people find you? I cut you off again. That's rude of me.
That's okay. You can also find me on Facebook at JENN AMATO author. You can find me on Amazon. You can find my book on Amazon under JENN AMATO. And I think that's it. Yes, my second book is coming out in April. So keep a lookout. I'm actually putting it on my husband. I'm releasing it on my husband's birthday, April 16th. Goddamn Aries.
I'm an Aries.
I'm a Virgo. Good luck at your event, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Have a great night. Be safe. I love that since Corona's lifted, there's events again. People are getting out.
Yeah. Yep. It's amazing.
So
it's great.
So
but
you can
yes, you can definitely find me on Facebook. And then I do have a website. It's JENNAMATOauthor.net or authorjennamato.net. I can't remember because I don't use it that much and I probably won't continue having it because Facebook seems to be the place to go. So, but yeah, I'll be actually offering t-shirts of mine soon.
I gotta get some. I gotta hook up with you, and that's Jen with 2 N's, guys.
Yes.
JENN, double N.
Yes.
So make sure because there's other Jen. Amato's a fairly rare name, but there's millions of one Jens out there.
It's rare here, but it's like Smith over in Italy.
Stomping grounds. That's killer. This will be up on YouTube tomorrow. Fuck, I feel like we could talk for an hour. But I'd love to be on your podcast. I'd love to talk. And
good.
You're gonna have. Anything you want to say?
It's a train wreck.
It's a train wreck. I saw you write that. I'm like, what is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because I don't give a shit.
No.
You know me, I'll go on there and scratch my balls for an hour. I don't care. I'll talk about whatever.
That's pretty much what we all do. I scratch my proverbial balls on there for an hour. So, yeah.
But I love it because, I like to bring into light like the B-52 crash site in Greenville and Elephant Mountain, where 7 guys died, 2 lived but had frostbite and negative 22-degree weather in February in Maine because they crashed. The fucking plane's still there. There's fuel lodges there. And I've been there. It took me an hour and a half to drive there. There's fucking tires there and parachutes, and it's been there since 1968. And they tell you not to touch anything, and it's a fucking graveyard, and it's about 1.5 miles long. And I walked through the woods alone, fucking crying like an adult man, walking through, seeing these things, and it's shit like that I just love to talk about. And I'd love to be a part of a documentary someday. But until then, man, well, everybody goes to the Conjuring House and Lizzie Borden and the Octagon House and all that shit. So what's on your bucket list? We got a little bit of time. Jen, what do you want to get to for America? Would you like to come to Maine, New England, Salem?
I do want to hit Salem on the off season when nobody's there because I can't do the people.
Don't go in October. Do not go in October.
My problem is that I'm an empath, so I feel everybody's energy and it's stressful. Wow. It's not that I hate people or anything like that. It's just that
I do.
The stress of feeling everybody's emotions is a little overwhelming for an empath, and no matter how many shields you put up, how many blockages you put up, somebody's bullshit's leaking through.
Yeah.
In that big of a crowd. So it's really difficult for me to go places. I'm not a hermit by any means, but if given the chance, Do I want to go here where there's a bunch of people, or do I want to stay home in my pajamas? Home in pajamas is always winning. So,
I am right there with you.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
It's cool to do history, but let's forget 25 men, women, and 1 dog died because of witchcraft in Salem. So you want to go there with 60,000 people that are having bad days too, walking around in outfits and
it's a lot.
Exactly. No, thank you. Because you already feel what's happening. Yeah, you already feel what's happening around the things, because things get imprinted on, and you don't want all of that shit energy on top of everybody else's shit energy because they're just having a bad day because they didn't have their venti latte or whatever.
Oh my fucking God.
You know, first world problems, white people problems, just stuff like that. It's where it's just like, I can't sit here and deal with your extra shit.
Call me when you're raising 3 babies trying to dip incense sticks. Call me then when you're trying to bust that fucking ball down.
Yes. Trying to feed your kid and make sure that they're taken care of while you're trying to make sure you don't burn the wax off of the candles. The candles. Yep, I get it.
5 more minutes. We'll go to 8:40 if that's cool. Let me see. Either of y'all on YouTube?
I use it. I don't like post.
You have a channel though? You don't know. You have a
I have like a channel, but I don't do anything with it.
I have a channel as well. I have a channel called Witch's Cauldron.
That's kind of neat. Do you sell products on it, or just show products off? Like, do you?
I was gonna start using that to showcase stuff. I was gonna also do some educational videos for people who are new to witchcraft, or they like to be called baby witches. I hate that term. I want to vomit every time I hear it.
Maybe witches would be bitches if you hyphenate it. Bitches.
Yeah.
Witches.
Yeah. Yes. But they, for people who are new to witchcraft, who want to learn, that was something that I wanted to do, and I just never got it off the ground.
And witchcraft isn't eating goats and sacrificing virgins.
No.
It's all,
and that's what that was. Excuse me. That was another thing I wanted to get across, was that this is not. This isn't, even Satanism isn't like that, to be honest. That's the psycho side. That's the fanatical side. That's the Hollywood side that people are always,
It's just like other religions, know, like Christianity. There's different ones, so you can't, like, witchcraft is not that black.
It's not
and
just
at all.
No, exactly. And I like, my favorite quote is, the God of the new religion, or the God of the old religion, is the devil of the new religion. So the God of the old religion, which was the horned God, the devil of the new religion. So now he's the devil of Christianity. So that's one of my favorite quotes that I like to throw out there, is that the God of the old religion becomes the devil in the new religion, so that the new religion can take off.
Dude, I can talk for another fucking 3 hours about religion. It's so fucking intertwined with paganism.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing.
The Baptist.
You guys, they all stole stuff from paganism, but we're the bad guys.
They're all piggybacking off it. They all claim Christmas. The fucking pagans had Halloween and Christmas before you guys were even the thing.
There is not anything in the Holy Bible about Christmas trees and decorating them at all.
Did you see that picture?
I don't know why they do
that. Alexis got a picture of her in the woods with like a black gown on. I'm like, people would think she's a fucking witch of the woods in the fucking Black Phillip.
That's cool. I'll have to look at that.
That's pretty neat. But it's pretty neat. But you'd swear she was a satanic priestess, which if she would, in the olden days, she would be hung or burned, whatever country you're in. No offense, Alexis. But
trust me, witches are still villainized.
Look at you. Lip balm, incense, candles. That's witchcraft. What you're doing,
it's alchemy. It's alchemy. But I still get some people who are like, oh, don't piss her off, she's a witch. And it's like,
Heather gets that a lot.
You should really probably not piss me off just to not piss me off, because I'm really evil without the witchcraft aspect. I'm not going to take a doll to you. Not yet.
Well,
I mean,
you all have the Italian eye. You get the witchcraft talk. Your girls that talk back when some guy's like, nice ass, you're like, fuck you. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
People don't get that. So that's the difference. You're all strong in the field. You're all, wait a minute, you're a business owner. Wait a minute. So people pay you and you mail things out. A guy doesn't have to mail that out for you. Fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? Some people look at girls like that. Like, you pump your own gas. What? Like, what?
Yeah. I change my own brakes. Fuck off.
That's fucking dope. That's hard. That ain't easy.
No, it's a pain in the ass.
All right, so about a minute left to go. Is there anything I missed? Can I say anything? Can people get your book, all that stuff? Everybody, you've all been mentioned. Want to mention it one more time? Where they can order your book?
Go ahead, Alexis.
I don't know if you guys wanted to see some of my candles. This is new.
Yeah.
This is cute. I took the cupcake.
Closer, so I want the sparkles, the sprinkles.
This is a creamsicle cupcake. So
oh, sweet!
It's so good. It's so good. So, and I have some other ones. I have like, let's get the label on it, but the lavender, vanilla, lavender's back, lilac's back, rose petal gelato, sea salt, all sorts of stuff's on Etsy. And I even like a lot of florals. I'm starting to top with dried petals again. So, that I like the ones I'm using right now, I dried last year, but they're all like from Maine, like I found them or grew them. So
have you thought about putting stones in any of them, like stone chips?
I have thought about it. I might get into that, but
yeah, I think those would be good for like manifesting candles and stuff like that. Really awesome.
Incense sticks, Jen, the little thick incense sticks, these fucking things. You know the little thin ones you get for like $1.50 for 10? You get hers, and they're so thick and they burn forever. Heather uses the ashes to
I'm definitely going to be hitting you up for some incense for
good
sure.
Prices. Reasonable.
I got
packaging phenomenal.
Yeah.
Restock coming on those soon. Very soon. Just
I like that you mix it up for the years. Like you get that pumpkin apple you sent me for incense, but I look now and you got like the different floral stuff kind of going into spring, rotating. Like, Jen, before we head out, what about you? Real quick, a plug for you, your books and stuff again.
You can get my book on Amazon. Look for JENN AMATO, 2 N's, JENN AMATO, on Amazon. And I actually am also in an anthology through Angry Eagle Publishing called It Came From Hell. So I've got some short stories. There's also a new magazine coming out at the end of March called With Malice that I am also in, and I'm really excited about that too. And I did a vampire lichen short story in that one. So
I could talk all day about The Walking Dead and vampires. And Mystic, MYSTIC, Mystic TTEE Designs. Should put your shit out. You got a pool and you're in her area, Piranha Pool Services. And of course,
Arizona. They're in Arizona. Okay. My husband is in Arizona, Tucson area working. If you need pool service there, give me a call.
and Morgan Holistics, HOLISTIC. It's a group coming off the bat. So thank you so much for being my guest. YouTube or whatever the fuck StreamYard's kicking me out. This will be on YouTube tomorrow. Alexis ERIN, Candles by Alexis, JENN AMATO author. Thank you so much for coming on Historically Haunted Vodcast.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Back again. I want to come on your show too. Alexis, we'll talk soon. We're going to hook up. You're right in Poland. You're right where the Poland Spring Inn is in the Hitchhiking Bride on Route 26. So we'll be hooking up soon in Maine. Jeff, that's your homie? That's your co-host?
That's the padded room big guy.
All right, Jeff. Well, padded room big guy, get me on your fucking show because you recorded that you have to now. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you next week.